What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lever Talks. My name is Rob, and today we are going to be talking about who is going to get the next title shot after Oliveira and Justin Gaethje. Now, the big question, and there's a lot of people talking about it, is Conor McGregor going to skip the line to get the fight with Charles Oliveira and essentially push Islam Makhachev out of the equation? Let's have a look at this in a bit more detail. Let's go through the scenarios and let's understand before we start jumping down people's throats about who's entitled to a shot versus the actual business elements behind it, okay? Islam Makhachev, he's on what? 8-9 win streak. He'll be 10 win streak here shortly if he beats Bobby Green. On paper, he hasn't beaten anyone in the top 5. Okay, that's a fact. I'm dealing with facts here. Okay, he hasn't beaten anyone in the top 5. He is, however, on a very high win streak, the same as what Charles Oliveira was on. Charles Oliveira, however, had beaten some people in the top 10 to kind of cement that pathway for him to get a title shot. Okay, facts. Or maybe that could be opinionated. I don't know. Either way, okay. So Islam Makhachev doesn't sell as many pay-per-views, okay? So he's never headlined a card. He's never sold a lot of pay-per-views. Now, he's not a super exciting fighter, but he does get a lot of attention, okay? So let me just make that clear. There's a certain community of UFC fans who are very, very interested in Islam Makhachev for many reasons, okay? The same reason why there's a lot of people who Hamza Chimaev, the same people as why, Habib, right? But Islam Makhachev is renowned for not selling many pay-per-views, mainly because he has not had the opportunity, one, okay? But two, he's not a super exciting fighter because he's so dominant, okay? So if you've made it this far, bear with me. I'm getting to my point. So he doesn't sell a lot of pay-per-views. He's too dominant, meaning that he's not super exciting to watch. And we only really want to watch him because the fact that there's just a lot of hype. Okay? Conor McGregor obviously broke his foot against Dustin Poirier. Conor McGregor is like the leader of all pay-per-view sales in the UFC ever. Okay? And not only that, history is proven that return fights are the biggest pay-per-view fights. Okay? Now, if Conor McGregor was to give was given a title shot for Charles Oliveira for the title fight, if Charles Oliveira wins and beats Justin Gaethje, it would probably be one of the biggest pay-per-views fights up there with the Khabib McGregor fight. So when the UFC are making a consideration between who gets the title shot, we are now looking at a situation where we are looking at fairness in who has earned a title shot versus someone who earns a shit ton of money. Okay? And UFC is a business. Okay? And there's a lot of things that people take out of the equation when they look at fighter pay, when they look at what fights to make. All these things is that UFC is a business. They have stakeholders who need to be paid a certain amount of money. Okay? Now, whatever that may mean behind the scenes is relevant, but it's not spoken about and it's not discussed because people look at what's fair versus not what business means. And business is unfair, okay? And I don't want to go down the rabbit hole to explain about what's fair, about the whole business element aside of it. But the big thing is that Conor McGregor sells a shit ton of pay-per-views. And if, hypothetically speaking, Conor McGregor turns around and beats whomever that champion is, the UFC are going to rake in more money in one night And probably for the next 6 months post that, if McGregor ever defends his title, then Islam Makhachev's probably going to make in his entire career. And that's probably an opinion more than it is a fact, because we can't put exact statistics and numbers against it. But that is the reality of what we're dealing with here. And I'm not being a casual fan and only like supporting certain people. But if I was running a business, I would prefer to have someone who was going to make me a shit ton of money versus someone who's not going to make me a shit ton of money. Whether or not it's fair or not. That's just a reality. It's a hard truth for some people. It is what it is. I can't do much about it. But generally, that's the kind of the two perspectives when we look at who's going to get the title shot after the fact. Was Justin Gaethje really entitled a title shot? No, probably not. He's only had one fight since he fought Khabib. So is he really entitled to a title shot? No. But he beat Chandler and that put him into the rank 1 contendership because Dustin lost. Can't do anything about that, right? I mean, that's just the way the UFC rankings work. It's a external board of people that make these decisions. And who knows what happens in these rooms about, you know, negotiating fights and stuff, right? We're not part of that. So do I think that McGregor will get the title shot over Islam Makhachev? Yes, he probably will from a business perspective. Do I think Islam Makhachev is going to get the shot over Conor McGregor for a title shot? Only if the UFC do what's fair. Okay? And that's my opinion on it. That's all I have for this episode. I'm trying to stay neutral. Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Hit that little bell that notifies you the next time I go live. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who watches videos. And I will see you on the next one.